Hey, I was asked to answer a bunch of questions. It could be a million things. So, I had a client the other day. He called me and asked about why is my SEO not working. I've been paying for it for 3 years. Well, most likely he had something that's called snake oil SEO, or someone who kind of knows SEO but is not 100% sure. So, for example, someone who's good in marketing but is trying to oversell themselves, and he's also going to sell SEO. While these two things interject and intersect a lot of the times, it doesn't really mean that it's actually going to work. Also, it could be a web developer that's overselling himself doing web development work. And also the other way around. For example, you could be an SEO expert but not a very good web designer, so you have to outsource the work. So that could be a reason. In most cases, SEOs would give you a time frame of how long it will work. So originally, did you ask them how fast will you get results? If they told you 6 months and it's been a year, then it should be a red flag. I think except that, anything else would be too complicated to explain because it's sometimes a technical issue. Maybe your website is in JavaScript and there was an algorithm update that affected your website. So it could be many things. Silly stuff like you don't have an SSL, the certificate, the little lock sign in the browser, or you wouldn't have a mobile version for your website, and somebody would take their phone and they're gonna be like, "What? I can't see anything. Like the text is too small, or the thumb button is good for a girl but not for a guy with a thick thumb." And then these little things individually don't do anything, but when overall your website is not mobile friendly, like if you have to do this with your phone, or I don't know, you go on a website and suddenly it starts wiggling weird, or the menu doesn't work, just people just exit and Google figures it out. And you want to look at overall on your website and then figure out why is this happening. So technical issues are one thing, and then you have on page, which is like your text is too small, which is also technically technical. But there's also, for example, keyword stuffing or cloaking, which is also somewhat technical. It's like it's a big word. SEO is a very big word. And then off page, for example, you have bad links, right? But bad links are not very relevant anymore because Google knows how to ignore them. But in some cases, like I don't know, somebody puts your website videos on some adult platform, video tube or something like that. Can happen. People do it intentionally. It rarely happens. Most likely, your SEO issues are something you could fix in a few minutes. In very rare cases, it takes a long time unless the website was built wrong in the first place. Yeah, I'll take it because I want to see what my clients are looking for, and really in a user experience perspective. Imagine I built a website for SEO and then suddenly I see that people Google a lot about SEO success stories. Never even thought about it, right? And then I start pushing them out and it works. So it works both in the SEO perspective and also the user experience perspective. So Google Search Console gives you something nobody else can. So for example, SEMrush gives you an estimate. They don't really know what people are searching for. They estimate. The true raw data is in Google Search Console, and Ahrefs and MOZ and Majestic, and they're great. They're great, but it's in my taste, it's better for larger scale enterprises, not for small businesses. You don't want to do that. Anything that is very large and not built in WordPress, something that is custom made, even HTML is still complicated because there's a lot of stuff you need to do. And whenever you need to change something, you have to manually go and change everything. Yeah, you can have a very nice system that edits everything and all your headers and stuff, but still, it's not ideal. So, and then multiply that by having a website that is written in Portuguese, English, and Russian. It's a headache. You need a whole team for that, and this is where I think this is only a thing for Fortune 500 companies, unless you're like IKEA and you really need to have a website in each country, or Walmart. You have China, you have US branches, and McDonald's. Yeah, they need that, but these are huge companies. They can handle like a separate website for each thing with a totally different design. In my opinion, that would be ideal because different countries have different perspectives. Some, for example, if you go to a country where they write from left to right, and then you have the same country right to left. You should change the design too, because me as somebody who's bilingual in 2 languages that go left to right and right to left, I am used to looking to the other side of the screen.